Hi everybody, and welcome to the Deanne Scanlon Show. I'm DJ Foster, joined by Grand Valley State head volleyball coach Deanne Scanlon. Coach, thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
Well, regular season is over. We're moving on into postseason, but before we get that far, let's talk about your final two regular season home matches. This past Friday, you took on a Northwood team that was rolling coming into the match. They were 16-0 in GVSU play. You took the first set off of them.
Right.
You were up 1-0 in the match. Then they started getting on track and they started rolling. They won the next three sets and won 3-1 to push their overall conference record to 17-0. They ended up winning the conference championship with that victory. So talk about that match, how well they kind of played. You took the first set, but then they started rolling a little bit after that.
Yeah, that match was pretty much determined by our inability to pass a ball off serve receive. Even in set one, even though we managed to win it, if you look at the offensive stats there, I think both teams hit 0 for that first set. So, but the one thing we did well in set one was we served pretty well and got them out of system. That's why they had the 0 hitting percentage. But then they kind of locked in and they served us really tough. Our passers just could not put together a good response, and basically we were just struggling offensively the whole entire night. And giving a team like Northwood, who's probably the top offensive team in the conference, giving them free balls or easy attacks off serve receive, they're going to do what they should do, which was just terminate right away, And it was really disappointed. Like I said, I felt that we were prepared to play them, but for whatever reason, we just couldn't flip it back around after we got spinning a little bit there. So. And give credit to Northwood. They knew winning that match would secure them winning the conference championship before they headed down into Ferris. So they came with a definite purpose in mind. But the only bright spot is I felt that our kids did rebound well and played probably arguably one of our best matches on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday you took on a Hillsdale team that had struggled a little bit, but they're certainly a good team. They're ranked in the regional rankings. Kind of flipped from Friday where you lost the first set.
Right.
Then you got on a roll and won the next three. You hit a season best 389 hitting percentage, 64 kills. It was senior day. Ina Uma celebrated with a career high 18 kills. She hit 500, and Megan Schroeder was just as good with 15 kills. She hit 700. So a lot of good offensive performances. Abby Aiken and Betsy Ronda also had double digits in kills, but certainly one of your best offensive matches of the year.
Yeah, and just the mirror image of what happened on Friday is, on Saturday we were passing just very well. We were in system, and you could put up those kind of numbers, when our setters got options, people to take the ball to. And like I said, we just didn't have to rely on one person. We felt like we could spread it around, and everybody was having a good day. So, but Hillsdale's a good team, and they're spinning a little bit. I think they've lost their last 5 matches. And as luck would have it, we get to see them tomorrow for our first round of conference. But it was good to see our kids rebound after such a disappointing match on Friday, to regroup and come out with that type of performance.
We're moving into the postseason, but let's take a quick look back at the regular season overall. 23-6 to finish the regular season. You were 13-5 in the GLAC play, the number 3 seed in the tournament. Last year, you struggled, had a tough year, and you were the number 6 seed going in the tournament, so you flipped, and you're on the number 3 side of that. What were your thoughts on the regular season? A very good overall record, and you played a lot of young kids, and you've had a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, I thought the one thing that we did exceptionally well is I thought we played well on the road. We won some big matches on the road, and tomorrow night's, probably going to be our last home match of the season. We definitely want to get that one in the books, but I feel very confident going into postseason play and having to take this team on the road. And with a young team, sometimes that might tend to be the case because you have a little more control over what they're doing, and not that they're doing anything wrong while they're here, but there's more distractions for them. And when they're young and they don't understand how to dial in and maybe sometimes prepare themselves, that's part of the college process, is learning how to do that. So, I feel confident about going on the road. Like I said, that match against Hillsdale was a huge match. It got us the third place seed. If we would have lost it, we could have dropped to the sixth place. That's how tight everything was.
Yep.
So it's kind of funny to think about that and what a great season we had this year. But yet the loss of one match could have put us in the same position that we were last year. So good to be playing at home, though.
Hillsdale tomorrow night, Wednesday at 7 p.m. in the GLIAC quarterfinals. Again, a rematch of Saturday's match. Talk about how weird it is playing a team for the second time in just 5 days. They beat you earlier in the season 3-1. You beat them just a couple days ago 3-1. So obviously a split series so far, and the winner will move on in the tournament.
Yeah, at this point, as I told the girls, the whole entire season is just thrown out the window. This is almost, you got to look at it as just a whole new season. What's happened before doesn't really matter. Everybody's playing with that urgency. Everybody wants to be that team that's standing there playing for that championship come Sunday. So Chris Gravel down at Hillsdale is a great coach. There's no doubt in my mind he's going to have those kids prepared. They're going to come in here with a great game plan, and he's already got Saturday's match wiped out of their memory. We're trying the same approach, but maybe. We did some things on Saturday that were successful, but I think we need to add a few little things. When you play somebody for 3 times, you get to know them. If you can add a few little things into your offense or some serve-receive schemes, then I think that might be a few points here or there that might fall in our favor.
Grand Valley State and Hillsdale, two of the best teams in the conference and in the region over the past few years, meet in the GLIAC tournament on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The winning team moves on to the semifinals and finals this weekend at a site to be determined. Coach, best of luck tomorrow against Hillsdale and hopefully into this weekend as well.
Thank you much.
Thanks for watching the Deanne Scanlon Show here on the Grand Valley Sports Network.